UFC Macau was one of the best cards of the year, up there with UFC 300 and 308. In this video, I'm only going to be talking about three of the prelim fights and then the main card. So to start off with, Loner Kavanaugh versus Jose Ochoa. This fight was amazing. Um, it was a contender for a fight of the night, in my opinion, with the main event, of course. Loner looked great. Ochoa looked great. They both have a lot of potential. I was kind of surprised that the UFC matched up two young prospects against each other who were undefeated. Jose Ochoa trains with Chuta Box in Brazil. I believe that's Charles Oliveira's team. These guys look really good. They looked really sharp. Ochoa had some good fighting spirit because Loner was definitely winning the fight. But I think it was at the end of the second round where Ochoa just started catching him and hurt him to the body. Almost crumpled Kavanaugh. So, great fight. I'm glad Kavanaugh won because I was rooting for him. But now that I know about Ochoa, I'm definitely going to be rooting for Ochoa going forward. Yeah, awesome fight. Flyweight is exciting, and I'm always going to be looking forward to flyweight fights. All right, moving on. Ming Shi, or Shi Ming, I don't know how to say these names properly, versus Feng Zhao. Amazing knockout. I've seen Ming Shi fight before on the road to UFC when they fought in the Apex, her last fight. So I'm definitely a fan, and I'm going to be rooting for her whenever she fights. Ming Shi was down 2 rounds, but she came back with that amazing KO, that head kick. It seemed like it was to the jaw or the neck, and then like a couple more follow-up shots. What a way to earn your, UFC contract. That was beautiful. And I love her attitude. The way she spoke after the fight. I thought she was going to be a little shaken up, kind of how some fighters are when they knock somebody out brutally and they're, concerned, and maybe they're going to be a little gun shy. I don't think she's going to be gun shy. I think she has what it takes to go far in the sport, and I hope she does, but we'll see. Next fight on the prelims that I want to mention, Dong Hoon Choi versus Kiru Sahota. Dong Hoon Choi, he looks sharp. He looks powerful. I love the hook he threw. He threw the same hook twice in a row, it looked like, and the second time it connected the way he wanted it to. He looked powerful, and I'm hoping that, I forgot what division this was in. I'm hoping that he keeps moving forward. I hope he doesn't get too many hard fights. I want him to rise up. The UFC definitely knows how to bring somebody into the rankings if they want to. If they want to force a star to be, you know what I mean, like Sean O'Malley. I think the UFC needs more Asian talent to be present in the rankings. So, awesome knockout, brutal. This card was amazing, and this was one of the knockouts that made it so. All right, so on to the main card. Zhang Mingyang versus Ozzy Diaz. I said in my my predictions video for this fight that Zhang Mingyang was going to get the win. I believe I said in the first round. I think he has 18 finishes, and they're all in the first round. He is so powerful. He's dangerous, and I'm looking forward to him fighting again. Every fight, I'm definitely going to be rooting for him. It's nice to see somebody just, keep it going and prove that they are who they say they are. He looked great. The elbow. He got him with the elbow, as Ozzy Diaz was throwing a punch. He timed it perfectly, so he's pretty dangerous. Yeah, he's intelligent in the strikes that he chooses and the moments he picks. So that was great. Carlos Ulberg versus Volkan Ozdemir. I think I said in my predictions video that Ulberg was going to knock him out potentially in the first round, but also that Ozdemir was tough and he can pick at range and all that. I wasn't expecting this fight to be going to decision. And from what I saw of Ulberg, he didn't really mix things up or change his game plan as the fight went on. It was more about backing away like to the side every time and throwing left hooks. And I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful. I wasn't that impressed. Not that I am thinking little of Ozdemir. Ozdemir did all right. But what I'm trying to say is that I was hoping to see more dimensions of Ulberg's game, and I didn't see that. And he called out Khalil Roundtree. I think Roundtree has that. He can handle Ulberg. If Roundtree did as well as he did against Pereira, he should be able to handle Carlos Ulberg. So that's my thought on that. Wang Kong versus Gabriela Fernandez. So the two fights that I got wrong on the main card for my predictions video were both women's fights. And the first one was Wang Kong. I don't like it when fighters are overly cocky. And it seems like when she's doing her like the ceremonial weigh-in stuff and she puts that Joker makeup on and she's kind of mocking her opponent or trying to intimidate them. That didn't that didn't pay off, did it? That was kind of embarrassing for her. A lot of people expected her to get another brutal knockout. And her striking was on point, but so was Gabriela Fernandez. She caught her with a head kick, almost knocked her out with that head kick, and then instantly jumped on her back and got the choke under the chin. Fernandez has killer instinct. You know, I'm glad when an underdog wins. I'm always a fan of underdogs unless, you know, a fighter I like or somebody I already picked is fighting against an underdog. But if I don't have any particular feelings or opinions on a fight, I'm gonna root for underdogs. So hype is gone. Hype is gone. Unless her next, you know, she goes on a tear and she gets like 3 finishes or something, the hype is gone for sure. We were thinking she was gonna rise through the ranks and fight Valentina Shevchenko because she beat Shevchenko in kickboxing before. So this is not a Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira situation. That's very unfortunate for her that she lost this fight, especially the way that she lost it. So hype gone, unfortunately, but we'll see. Muslim Salikov versus Song Kanan. This fight kind of went how I expected. I predicted Muslim Salikov to win. I think I said by decision. I wasn't expecting a round 1, a wheel kick KO. That was brutal. Salikov looks very sharp. He's a killer, and I'm so happy that I picked him because when I was watching it, I was like, ugh. I know there was a lot of people picking Song Kanan because he's younger, he's bigger, maybe he's faster. But I was like, I've seen Song fight before, and I've seen Muslim Salikov fight before. I'm going to pick Salikov. And then right when I was starting to doubt my pick, you know, boom, knockout. So that was great. Very impressive. And I believe he called out Wonderboy, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. That would be an awesome fight. That belongs on like a pay-per-view, maybe 311, 312 or something like that. That would be awesome. I want to see those guys fight for sure. Next fight. Yan Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ritchie. I will never, ever, ever pick Tabitha Ritchie to win a fight again. I already am not a fan of that fighting style where it's like constantly running away and being tippy tappy and punching the air and making a bunch of noise like you're doing something but you didn't touch your opponent. I don't know why I picked her. Maybe it's because I thought that, you know, no, I don't know what I thought. I knew that Yan Jianan was good. I didn't expect this fight to go the way it went, as far as Tabitha Ritchie made a fool of herself, it seems like to me. The fight was bad. And I felt dumb because I picked Ritchie. And in my predictions video, I said that I believe, or I said that I wanted Yan Jianan to win. I think from now on, I'm just going to pick whoever I want to win rather than who I think will win. Because, you know, my gut was right in this situation, but my brain was wrong. Yeah. Ritchie is overrated, and I can't stand that fight style. And then Yan Jianan is still in the title picture. I believe Ritchie was like ranked 10, so if Yan had lost, she would have fallen down the rankings, maybe like 5 spots, and that would have been bad for her career. She's still up there now. She might... Nah, I don't think she deserves a rematch yet against Zhang Weili, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens, right? There's not much hope or much excitement in women's MMA, period, really. It's just not a lot going on where it's like, oh, I can't wait for this. The only thing I can think of is like Kayla Harrison getting a title shot, but like, that's not going to be hard. She's going to beat Pennington easily. I want Amanda Nunes back. Amanda Nunes is my favorite female fighter. Her and Zhang Weili are my favorite. But yeah, anyway, there's nothing going on with women's MMA. I really shouldn't even be watching it. I kind of don't want to make picks on it anymore, but we'll see. Moving on to the main event, the only thing that really matters in this video, Petr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. I had picked Petr to win by TKO or KO in the 4th round in my predictions video, and he didn't get a finish, but he did do really, really well. Fairly dominant the entire fight. I honestly had given him... I was at the end of the 3rd round, I was like, oh, wow, he might be up 3-0. And then the 4th round happened, and he got dropped at the end of it, but then he kind of like bounced back and got that nice knee before the round ended. And I was like, you know, I feel like Petr won that round until he got knocked down. And he kind of ended it well by saying, like, you know, I'm still in the fight and catch this knee. But I was thinking, you know what, that knockdown probably would have given Deiveson the round. So 49-46, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that, you know, the 5th round, Petr won that. And I was thinking, okay, this is 4-1. Yan got it. And then they read out the scorecards and they said 50-45 unanimously across like three judges' scorecards. I was like, what? Not one judge gave round 4 to Deiveson? And I can understand both sides of like, okay, Yan won that, but I'm surprised that nobody gave that 4th round to Deiveson. And I saw some people, I don't know if they were joking or if this was actual cope. I saw people on Twitter saying that Deiveson won rounds 1, 4, and 5. No, he didn't. 4, sure, 4, yeah, that can be argued. 4, he definitely did. I'm not even... If it was boxing, he won round 4. And MMA, you can argue, like, just because he dropped him like that, you can give him that round, maybe. But my thing is, MMA rounds are 5 minutes. So you winning, like, a few seconds, but then again, dropping somebody is different. Dropping somebody like should give you the round, maybe. I don't know. It's confusing. But doesn't matter. My pick worked out. Piotr won. He looked great. He looked healed and recovered from his surgeries. I can't believe that he fought Song Yadong with like ligaments in his knee damaged. Dude's a warrior. Um, Jan is like arguably the greatest mixed martial artist in terms of being great everywhere. Like every aspect of the game, he's great. When in the first round, when Davison tripped him, I was like, oh shit. Did I just get my pick wrong? Like, is this gonna end the way I like? Is Davison about to dominate? Just keep taking him down. He got up quick. I was like, oh no, I made the right pick. I shouldn't have doubted him. And yeah, that was just that first round. But anyway, he looked great. His striking is next level. I've never seen a more well-rounded fighter. Piotr Jan is like the idea of a mixed martial artist. He epitomizes mixing the martial arts. Excellent boxing, excellent Muay Thai, his Thai boxing, excellent just kickboxing in general, his trips, his grappling, his IQ. He looked great. And I feel like he's ready for a title shot. But here's the thing, right? Merab wants Piotr Jan because he already said he wanted to fight Davison, right? And so Piotr beat Davison, and then in the post-fight interview, he said he wanted to fight Merab. Of course, he wants to fight Merab. He wants to get back to the belt. How do I see that rematch going? I think that if Piotr like makes a game plan around Merab's game with that last fight in mind, he should be able to beat Merab. Merab has a decent chin as far as I'm aware, but Piotr can definitely test that. Davison has a crazy chin. He was taking crazy shots in this fight over and over. I feel bad for Davison, honestly, because I like him a lot as a fighter, but that's the thing about fighting. It's like when you got two guys that you really like that are fighting each other, somebody has to lose. And that's the worst part. Somebody's career is going to, take a break for a second. They have to like fall back for a moment before they can get back to a belt. Hypothetically, in the future, I would love to see them, Davison and Piotr, rematch for a title, for the belt. Like if Jan gets it back. But before we talk about that, I just want to say Merab is like ducking Umar so bad, and I hate it. Why are you doing everything to like, you're doing anything but address Umar? What's the problem? And I don't like how people said that Umar doesn't deserve a title shot. I would have said that before he fought Corey Sandhagen, but he beat Corey Sandhagen dominantly, and I'm thinking, wow, this dude is champion level. He's ready to go. And I was thinking Umar versus Sean O'Malley was going to be the fight. Sean O'Malley loses. I want to see Merab versus Umar for the title, and then I want to see. I don't think Piotr needs to fight Sean O'Malley, but I don't know who Sean will fight in the meantime to get back to the title. So this is tough. If I was a matchmaker, this would be kind of tricky. Yeah, I don't know. No, because I feel like the winner of Davison Figueiredo versus Piotr Jan should have been in line for a title shot, but they would be in the line like first place after Umar had his fight with Merab. So we'll see what the UFC does. We already know what Merab wants. He wants to avoid Umar at all costs because he knows that's his biggest challenge. At least that's how I see it. But overall, this card was amazing. Amazing. And I hope they go back to China more often because they have some crazy fights. Um, it seems like the violence showed out. The road to UFC wasn't like this violent. Didn't have this many crazy finishes. Um, but this card was amazing. And I don't mind being up. I thought when they said it for the West Coast, it started at 3 a.m. I thought they were talking about the prelims. They were talking about the main card. So I had to stay up from 12 a.m. all the way up to like 6. Yeah, I definitely kind of snoozed toward the end. Like I was falling asleep in the I missed the entirety of the Yan Xiaonan versus Richie fight. And then I missed Muslim Salikov versus Song Kanan. But I woke up in the third round of the main event, but I have ESPN Plus, so I just rewound it. Anyway, awesome card. Next is 310. So next weekend we have nothing. I'm definitely gonna put out a higher quality video soon on 310 with editing and visual guidance, so to speak. Anyway, hope you guys like the video. Like, subscribe, share. I'll be back with more content very soon. I'm out.